Hello my party people, happy pretty much summer, at least for me in Ontario. I actually received my Boxycharm probably about a week ago, and I was having a really rough week with my back and I couldn't physically sit here to film anything, which is why we only had one video of some random tutorial. So we are going to go through this month's Boxycharm. I actually kind of appreciate the fact that I didn't do the unboxing right away, so it actually gave me some time to try the products and decide if I like them. So this month's theme was Boxy Bash. So there are 6 products in this month's box. Sorry, I decided to zoom in a little bit. It was a little too far away. It made me feel uncomfortable. So they did kind of cheat this month, and they did include the 3 eye brushes and 1 face brush, and they considered them 2 separate products, which is fine because they ended up with 6 products as far as they were concerned, but whatever. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the P12 face brush from Estetica. The card says, with synthetic fibers that allow for maximum control, the P12 face brush is perfect for creating a seamless look. Suggested retail price of this is $27. Because we are having a Boxy Bash, today's rating system is going to be birthday cakes. I personally think this is a beautiful looking brush, but I didn't find it that functional. It's a little bit too soft for me. It needed to be a little bit more dense. I guess what I would probably use this for instead of face powder, which is what I think it's suggesting, is to set my under eye or perhaps bake with it. This isn't my favorite type of brush. It's like a tapered face brush, but not dense at all. So I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5 only because it's not something that I would use. It reminds me a lot of the big face brush from Beauty Big Bang, which is this one here. This is more tapered than this, but they have the same issue where they're both pretty much too soft for me to actually do anything with. It doesn't distribute powder the way I want it to, and they're both floppy. If the brush is floppy, I typically don't like it. 2 birthday cakes. Keeping up with the brushes, I do want to talk about these as well. These are the 3 Estetica eye brushes. It's the 3-piece eye trio. The Estetica Trio series comes with an angled eyeliner brush, a brow spoolie, and a fine-tipped eyeliner brush. A convenient 3-in-1 used for a wide variety of looks, from subtle wing to dramatic cat eye. Use the brow brush for fuller, more defined eyebrows. And the 3 of these brushes together in the set is $45. If I had to base my review on worth in the box, I actually love this set. I don't have a spoolie on its own. I actually don't even have a spoolie unless it's attached to another product, so that was good for me to have for my collection. It's been a long time since I've been using gel eyeliner because I couldn't find a brush I really liked. I was using angled brushes all the time, but then I felt like the tip of them were getting, it's like it would pile up on the end, and even no matter how many times I washed it, I would always have the tip of the angled brush be really, really gross, and I hated it, so I stopped using it. But this eyeliner brush is amazing. I have been using this all week. I have not touched my NYC eyeliner at all, which is, if you have ever been here before, you know that is the eyeliner I use every single day almost. I don't know how the angled brush will work for eyeliner, not because angled brushes don't work, but solely because it's so thick. It's so densely, it's not even densely packed. Densely packed's not the right word, but the actual width of the brush is too wide for me. So although they do say that this is a trio for your eyes, eyes, brows, and I would more likely be using this for underneath my lash line. All in all, I'm going to give these 4 out of 5 only because I think the price point for kind of no-name brushes at $45 for really just 2 eyeliner brushes and a spoolie is a little bit high, but actual functionality, I really like them. Next product in the box is this Beauty Creatives Long Wear Matte Lip Gloss. I have really mixed feelings about this. I'm wearing it today. I like the color. It's pretty. It has your basic doe foot applicator, and it's opaque, which is nice. My issue with this is it goes on and dries down like a liquid lipstick, but the second that you eat or drink, it's gone. I didn't even get from my house to the train station on my morning commute, which is about 20 minutes, before this was completely gone off my lips. So not something I would probably buy or use. I don't know if that has something to do with the fact that it's a gloss, but again, if you've been here ever, you know that I don't particularly enjoy lip gloss. I also have like the most minor beef with companies that call matte products gloss. The literal definition of gloss relates to it being shiny. What? So suggested retail price of this is $10. Beauty Creations Matte Liquid Lip Gloss is specially formulated to provide full coverage that dries to a seamless, smooth, and matte finish. Its lightweight application is long wearing for an effortless lip color that complements all skin tones. I agree with literally everything that said, except for the long wearing. The long wearing is not a thing. Next product that came this month was the Pure Sculptor Contour Palette. This was odd to me. I really liked the highlighters, and I like that they're sending things toward deeper skin tones. Don't get me wrong. The reason I found it odd was because mine is ripped in like a really odd place. Mine is ripped right here, which is super strange, and it was sealed when I got it. Here are the swatches for the Sculptor kit. I have managed to have 2 weekends outside, and I do tan fairly quickly, so when I first got this, these were way too dark for me, but now that I've actually been outside a little bit and the weather has been nicer, I did use it today, and it's no longer as dark as it seemed at first. Another thing I would like to note is the Trailblazer highlight down here is almost an exact dupe for Champagne Pop. I just happened to notice that this morning when I was doing my makeup. Now I have stuff all over me. If Champagne Pop is something that you've been wishing and hoping for a long time, this will definitely get you the same kind of look. It looks a lot more gold in the pan now that I'm looking at it, but in the actual swatches, it's almost identical. Obviously, Champagne Pop is Becca quality and Trailblazer is pure quality. Here are the swatches side by side, and as you can see, it's very hard to tell which one is which. Suggested retail price for this product is $30, which I do think is actually a pretty good value for this. You have some fairly significant size pans in here, and you have a few different options, so I think that's not bad considering one highlighter at Sephora is close to $50 sometimes. A 4-shade sculpting palette that features 2 high beam highlighters and 2 matte contour shades that will leave skin sculpted to perfection with highly pigmented and buttery formulas. Do I think you need to run out and buy this? No, by no means. If you have a contour kit, you're probably fine. But for value in the box, this was actually super nice to receive. Overall, when I first opened this, I was like, man, okay. And I'm not talking this specifically, I'm talking the whole box. I was kind of like, yeah, great, whatever, a couple more brushes, whatever. But the box was actually very good, save for that lip product. I would honestly probably throw down and say this is the most sensible Boxycharm I've ever gotten, where products will actually come in and I will actually use them all the time because they are those types of products. It's not an eyeshadow palette where I have 40. It's like primers and sensible brushes that work really well and a contour kit and like, I don't know why, I just get such a sensible feel out of this one. So I'm going to give this 4 out of 5. I'm only docking it 1 cake because for me, it obviously isn't going to work all year round, but I'm going to say that if you are a woman of color or darker skin tone than me, I completely understand that I am not the only skin tone on the market, so it's actually nice to see them kind of cater outside of the white. Next product I got was the Pretty Vulgar ink. It's like gel ink. It is literally called the ink. This one here is this highly pigmented gel eyeliner, provides quick drying application with enriched vitamin C to condition the lids. Its creamy and water resistant formula allows for smooth application that stays in place all day. Suggested retail price is $24. Keeping in mind that the box is for me $30 at the end of the day, this is a pretty good value for the box. I have such a love-hate relationship with this packaging. The product is awesome. It goes on super smooth. I've been using this specifically all week with the Aesthetica eyeliner brush. Why do you say, do I have a love-hate relationship with this? First of all, it looks amazing. Check mark, you have me. I'm a sucker. It has the little feathers on it, like the old feather pens that you would put in an ink blot container, which is what this looks like. It's awesome. The container, like the lid for the container, is metal. It is actually like true to the style, but the container is deep and completely black. I cannot see what I'm doing when I'm trying to get the product out, and I can't see where my brush is going. My hand is in the way. It is literally like dipping your brush into a black hole. If I could put it in different packaging or even make this packaging see-through, this is a 5 out of 5 for absolute sure. Have all the cakes, cake, cake, cake. However, I'm going to dock it a mark. I'm going to dock it a cake because the packaging is frustrating and I find it difficult to use sometimes. Last but not least, we have this Cover FX blurring primer. This is a full size, and the little card tells me a lightweight soft focus primer that blurs the appearance of pores, fine lines, and other imperfections, creating a smooth canvas for flawless foundation application. Suggested retail price for this is $38. Cover FX is a very expensive brand. It is not luxury by any means, but it's definitely on the more expensive side. This primer is awesome. I will never buy Professional again. I will never buy Smashbox. The purple one, I can't remember what it's called. Pore Refining, I think. Oh my god. I will even pay for this above and beyond the NYX filler primer, which I do actually really like. I'm loving this. I was using it today. I've been using it this week. I do have the Ordinary's primer in my project pan, so I'm trying to be able to review this, but still work on that. But this is really awesome, and I would actually probably repurchase this again. It also legitimately has kept my makeup from separating in the heat. It's not doing that weird mosaic thing by the end of the day, which is awesome. So this is totally 5 cakes out of 5. Overall, this whole box, this whole sensible Boxycharm was really great by the end of the day. Again, my initial reaction was kind of meh, but now that I've actually had time to use it, the only product I was truly disappointed in was the lip product. Everything else was completely awesome, so I'm actually going to rate the entire box 4 out of 5 for sure. I obviously can't give it 5 out of 5 because I did have some issues with some of the products. I do have a referral code down below. If you want to use it, cool. If you don't have to. You know how it is. It makes no difference to me. Anyway, guys, let me know what you thought of your Boxycharm. Leave me a comment down below telling me what you loved and what you didn't. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.